I didn't get the thing finished that I wanted to finish today, so instead you're seeing this video, and you know, we'll start with a little bit of a warm-up, I guess, for tomorrow, which, again, hopefully I finish what I wanted to do today for tomorrow. It's gonna seem a bit weird for me, but we'll make do with what we've got. We will set random item stats on, but we want to be Miku, because we're gonna do some Miku stuff for the next, well, for me, Christmas. It depends where you are in the world, you know. You are what you are if you are practicing certain events as we get into Ath, 7th Curse character exclusive Miku random item stat. That was a weird way to phrase what I wanted to start that timestamp off with, but what I wanted to say is wherever you are, I'm celebrating Christmas, so that's why we're doing Christmas things here. Takushi-san, Charisma, Knowledge, Strength, maybe second encounter, but maybe Dexterity, maybe every single stat check, but we don't normally plan for that. We do have funds to use. What we don't have is a cool schoolyard to recruit allies in, because otherwise they're just going to be 7th cursed. So it's going to be a lonely Christmas cake Christmas for Miku. I said Christmas twice, whatever. We want to use library notes before this, whatever, it's fine for the moment. Actually, we're going to cast Ancestral Strength as well. Costs Doom, but doesn't cost Reason, which, I mean, I guess it depends. Normally, you can think of it two ways as we go into some advice here. So, Ancestral Strength before Bath or after, doesn't really matter. If you're on Ath, it spends Doom, and some people don't worry about Doom. Otherwise, if it costs Reason, it might seem like a lot of Reason, but that's that damage can be life-saving, or HP-saving, or you don't mind the Reason because you're going to heal it all back up anyway. So, Mermaids, Vigil, Teacher, Coma, Footage. Okay, well, we want to do Footage last because still doing some Forest stuff. This is not part of the Forest Phase series, but we are dealing with Christmas stuff. So, literally, I just went monkey brain and went, oh, trees, Christmas. And so we're going to do some forest stuff because the forests are filled with trees. That's literally the behind the scenes as we kind of autopilot here and do the Vigil, because I could fight the guests here, but I don't normally like to do that. If you want to do that yourself, or you want to see other people do it, there are more than a handful of other World of Horror players who will fight the guests. I will, though. That being said, so this crowbar is doing a lot of damage. I completely forgot I was on random item stats, which means it's not a bad idea to pick that up. Is this a slower meat cleaver? It feels like it is, so we're going to keep the crowbar equipped. So now we do super damage. I think we do like 11 damage per strong, which could be really cool. Unfortunately, it's not enough to two-shot this, but for all here isn't the worst thing either. If I can, I think the meat cleaver, no, I think it does 3. Well, we're gonna throw it anyway. Yeah, it's only worth 3. If I could do a cool thing, I wish I could, but I can't. Actually, I can, because my kicks also do more damage. So we do prep attack, prep kick, and then we lose -2 all. Pretty cool. As for gifts I'm getting for Christmas, well, we'll see, because I'm also trying to get others gifts for Christmas. Not that I'm usually in a position to do so, I'll admit. I'm not, I'm trying to make something of my own time and business, so not that I'm keeping my own resources for myself, but it's the fact that I don't have resources to give people gifts. So if I do something like that, I will shout as loud as the internet will allow me to shout. But normally that's not a thing for me. I think there is some merit in being present and trying to be with the spirit of Christmas rather than. Though that being said, if I did have the resources, yes, I would get gifts, which has, I think that's kind of normal. It's literally the spirit of Christmas. Also, we do get to usually tap this encounter. Okay, so yeah, we have things to forget as well, which we can use to kind of tank some damage here. If he drains HP, then I would have gone for prep attack kick, but since he didn't, we're just gonna keep cruising along, smoothing along. Oh my goodness. Also, I had to kind of walk back one of my Christmas gifts because it turns out that someone around me decided to just get Metaphor ReFantazio on their own. Very, very good game. I haven't put my hands on it yet, but I'm watching other people play around me, and yeah, it's a pretty, just watching it, it's a pretty cool game. If you haven't played it yourself, and you want to give someone a gift for Christmas who at least likes RPGs or Persona-type games more specifically, then yeah, Metaphor ReFantazio. I'm so sorry. Metaphor ReFantazio is a pretty good game, but anywho. Now, will you see a trying to play on this channel? Maybe, if I get the time to, but I'll promise you it won't be completed anytime soon. Footage for last, that's right. Mermaids, Teacher, Coma. So we can do Coma 4th. I don't want to, but we're going to. Also, with Mayhem, we'll get to 6th strength. Either that or leveling up, so we're gonna take mermaids first, regardless. What are we doing here? Things. So, if you're still listening here, I'll give you a little sneak preview for your reward for watching through this. Also, hold on, let me just make sure I'm doing a thing. I guess we'll set hospital. What are we doing here? Teacher into coma. Coma. I almost thought I was in ward. Mixing up the names rather than the mystery. I know I'm doing the coma mystery in terms of investigating the town. I did not remember the name correctly for some reason because they switched them in my head. Anywho, what I want to say is, yeah, we're gonna do some Miku stuff for Christmas, and we're gonna go through some runs. It's gonna be it's normally gonna be a setup of custom events. I would have liked to prepare a mystery, but I am too inefficient, so just straight up I didn't do it. So instead we'll just see some custom events here and there, and a custom Miku, which will be based on my Miku nurse, which is available on the Discord channel, but it's not anything special. She just has a hospital pass and I think another perk instead, or just perk packs. But that's basically what I'm gonna do. Nothing too fancy because there are other people doing cooler things for Christmas too. Not trying to be humble or trying to put myself down. It's just, well, we know that we want to watch other people play. Also, this should be a raw video, but that's kind of too late. Ooh, we want to do this. Can we even? Oh, can we do this? I think I have to forego a thing. What's my accuracy? 77? Oof. This should be a 187, 80. This should be a one-shot. 5 damage plus 11. Wait. Yeah, because Crowbar is doing base 5 damage, which should actually... Yeah, no. That's 10 plus 1, which is 11. Into plus 5 because 2 times 2 plus 1, which is kind of unfortunate. I think we're just gonna brace instead and then just do a big hit. I think that'll be better for me. Now we're slowly dying on reason, but as long as nothing bad happens, I really should just rest here. Oh, this is not guaranteed either. Well, time to find out. 97% or the video ends. Oh my goodness, what a time for something in my throat to catch up to me. This is the last one. If we lose reason here, then die, then so be it. We get Doom. We get to go into the school. I would like to notice the face instead for Mayhem. And now I don't have to increase strength if I don't want to. But since we're using the crowbar, I guess I might as well. And then adrenaline because cool stuff. I could alternatively heal stamina or reason, but I decided against it. So we are super Miku in battle with the strength. Oh my goodness, my words. I could pop into the history club really quickly too to force mayhem, but more importantly, yeah, nothing really cool here. Yeah, I thought that was looting. Never mind. Okay, I could also grab a pack of cigarettes. A brick would be nice too, which we did get, and away we go. I think those cigarettes cost more this run. Random item stats. Anywho, we'll keep trading Doom here. Third mystery, 44% Doom. Or pretty much near the middle of the mystery now. With 44% Doom isn't so bad at the moment. But at any time, considering we have footage left, I think... Do we have roads closed yet? Well, no. Thankfully, but could happen at any time. We're on an Ath run too. Also, my reason is at 2, and... Okay, I was about to say... yeah, I think we just rest now for safety reasons. Rest twice. Don't want to rest more than that. We'll see. And then we'll keep our funds at 0 and trade off stamina. I think that's the plan. Yeah. I would have liked to prepare... Wait, did I even prepare yet? No, because I was on 7th Curse, so I think I skipped it. I could have also maybe have sold the library notes. I forgot about that, but we're fine for the moment. Do we get to do this? No. I think we can fit... Please tell me we can fit 2. No, 1. We can brace. Can we brace into anything significant? It looks like we can. Definitely. Can't strong, but this is just as good, so we'll move on. So, that being said, I have... this is not like behind the scenes or anything. It's based on my observations on the gaming sphere, but I do feel that there are going to be more projects that have a lot of AI in them. Sometimes art, but as we know from Liar's Bar, and if you don't know, I will say the name outright because it is a prominent example of using it. Unless I'm wrong, but I feel pretty sure. So Liar's Bar, if you don't know what that game is, search it up on Steam. Liar's Bar uses AI... Oh, I need to make sure I covered the screen too. Hey, look at the sensor bunny. Uses AI voices. So, and it has to... And as usual, I think, if nothing, at the bare minimum, for safety reasons, if nothing else, you have to state if you're using AI in your game, and usually you're going to specify what kind of AI you're using. So in the case of Liar's Bar, which is our primary example here, you have to they state that they use AI for generating voices. And, you know, it would be nice, but again, one, I don't know the behind the scenes, and two, like, if you want to get a game out, and you're legally allowed to use AI in the game, if for whatever reason in the future, you know, there are rules against, as we take off Censor Bunny, using AI at all, but as for now, at least on Steam, you have to state that you use it, then, yeah, maybe they just didn't have the resources or something to hire voice actors for those characters for Liar's Bar. Again, if you don't know what Liar's Bar is, the least you can take away is that it uses AI voices. Basically using AI to make voices for the characters in the game. Hey, doomed already. So, and that wraps back to my point of, I think we're gonna see more. I wouldn't say definitely, but because nothing is certain, right? But like 99.9% in my mind of more gaming projects coming out that use AI, whether you like it or not. Like, I don't personally like to do it. We have to get back, by the way. Our doom is so high right now. Yeah, I don't personally like it, but it, again, when you think about it from a business sense, it does not only save on resources, but it saves on kind of the logistics of like working with people, so you don't have to wait for people to get back to you, you know, whether to give you some art, whether to give you some voice clips for voices, sound effects if you're making sound effects, and you know you want to work with people to get sound effects in your game, so on and so forth. It removes a lot of more than you think, and at least understanding that much will give you an idea as to why at least you may or may not see more projects. But I think we're in the positive in terms of May, because there are a lot of business people in the gaming sphere, so it only makes sense that they would make decisions related to business. Now, the ethical and the social outcry, depending, I don't really know the numbers behind that. So, but again, from my expertise is kind of trying to analyze on top of just game. Right below game design would be trying to analyze the gaming market. So. And this should be kind of, not common sense, but something that you can logically get to. I'm thinking whether or not I really just want to run from this. We can double tap these nurses, but we take 1 stamina 1 reason, if this is right. Eventually we can desperate struggle. Hold on, let me think right for a moment. If I'd smoked in cigarettes, no, we have to wait anyway. But essentially, yeah, the bottom line, if there's no other takeaway from this video, just brace yourself for 2025 where you'll see more AI projects. You know, obviously, like a lot of other kinds of spamming of games, you may see a lot of games fail that try to use AI, but I think in general, for better or worse, I don't like it, but I think you'll see a lot more, relative to games that don't use AI, you'll see a lot more successful AI games made with AI. But that's not to say that, one, it's a good thing, and two, the success for games that use AI as a whole is may not be very high, but hey, also, we got on 2, right? As long as we hit 89%, do we need to do that? I almost trapped myself. This should be guaranteed, right? Nope, it is not. No, it is not. 99%! If I miss 99%, this is a video. Okay, I was about to say. And then, well, then we'd also know that RNG is true in this game. But anywho, as we lose 3 reason here and go into footage. Again, if you have any comments, criticisms about the topic of AI being used in games, as someone who tried to get into computer programming, but definitely knows a lot more about AI as it pertains to programming and game dev in general. I can provide some insight. I'm not someone who's totally knowledgeable, though. I'm kind of in that middle ground, but it's not just a bare minimum of, you know, self-research. I do have some experience, you know, trying to program and understanding the process of how AI can be implemented in video games. Even, you know, if you want to take it that far, I think I've seen at least 2 games trying to use AI in writing the story, and obviously character dialogue, but that's a safer way if again, we're talking strictly game development. Whether or not you agree with it, just hear me out as I explain the use of AI in game development here, and in terms of character dialogue. And we've seen some of these, mostly for me, an example is a certain anime visual novel, but I need a rest here for a moment. Oh, goodness. Please, don't hurt me. I should actually visit the mansion. We're going to try to survive with 6 stamina 5 reason. But So the topic of hopefully I can focus while I'm talking too. But the topic of using AI to generate kind of the story behind a game, not just narration, but like literally trying to program dialogue boxes and can figure out where they are. That can be done by a person on their own without too much AI interference. And when you know, for those with a programming background, you know what I'm talking about. But for those who don't, so say that there is a piece of code, if you know nothing else, that allows you to make dialogue boxes and have them appear on places on the screen. You can then have AI, you know, scan at least from a sample size of your own dialogue box if we're trying to be as ethical as possible. At this point, you know, we can talk about the threshold of AI, but bear with me as I explain this example. You know, generating where AI dialogue boxes appear, generating when dialogue boxes appear if you talk to certain people, usually like NPCs and so on and so forth. And that stuff makes your job a lot easier, because then you don't have to, if you program it smart where you have just, you know, a few general instances of code that knows how to generate dialogue boxes, you then hand that off to an AI, or just have the AI do that in general, and you don't have to worry. Also, we're immediately dead because Doom. Was that a 0 stat, by the way? Anywho, I guess we'll spend this last minute just going. I might as well finish the thought that way I remember, but yeah, you have things that can generate dialogue, and you're grabbing dialogue from either, you know, ethically would be from your, say, a text file of responses, and then the AI tries to figure out, you know, what to say off of that, instead of just choosing, like, actually forming sentences, obviously, then you would tweak that over and over. But what most people usually do is just there's just some generalized, you know, not set of dialogue boxes, but way that AI forms dialogue in that way. And that's just one, yeah, you know, this is a very specific instance of dialogue, narration, story generation, if you want to go that far. We know that story generation can be a thing due to AI Dungeon being out. I'm not saying anything positive or negative, I'm just saying we know these things exist, and so having that be put in a game can be a complicated matter in itself that has bugs and whatnot, but it is certainly something that is doable, even if you don't have programming experience. It helps to have it, and you probably want to learn some, but hey, at this point you might be wondering, well, Jordan, why don't you just try doing that yourself? One, I mean, if you really want to see what that might look like, sure, but I already have my plate full, but yeah. But anywho, if you have anything to say as I, you know, get into this week of Christmas and Miku World of Horror, you let me know. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I won't take up much more of your time. Bye!